Team set to do battle. It should be a good one, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Houston Texans. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
And we are underway from Houston. And able to get this out to the 25. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
As I remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia, he was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Jalen Knoll deep for Houston. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
This one complete to Christian Kirk. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
And one more time, here's Kirk.
Bounce pass, complete to number 13, Christian Kirk. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 6. On the bootleg, Stroud. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
4 consecutive passes to begin this opening drive, and you can't argue with the results. They've already driven it into the red zone and a fresh set of downs here to play with.
Which means there's a lot of trust by the play caller, by the quarterback, the receivers, you name it. Everyone locked in, everyone doing their job. I continue to go in that direction because right now they got defense back on their heels.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Stroud sets up the play action. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Texans 7.
A drive that time of 6 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play.
And the Las Vegas first down. It's a gain of 23 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's second and 10. Throwing now is Geno. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's third and long. Now Geno. On a impressive. 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Again, it's Marks. And space tough to come by there as they get maybe a yard to the 37.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
So from the 37, here's a 2nd down and 9. Stroud looking to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. And Stroud now to throw. They'll let this go deep for Collins. And he's got it inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9.
It's a gain of 40.
And that seemed to me to be all about trusting your receiver.
No doubt about it, because when he put that ball in the air, I will guarantee you everyone who's watching this game right now thought that's up for grabs. But this is a lot of practice time. As you mentioned, a ton of trust, and he knows how good his guy is. So to him, it wasn't up for grabs. To him, it was a big play waiting to happen.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Stroud. Here's Higgins out on the right side. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
3rd and goal, Stroud. They set up the screen, Marks. Touchdown, Texans. Woody Marks, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Texans are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14.
So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Ginty. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Here's Smith. Open man down the field. It's Bowers. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
And they'll lose yardage here, knocked back to the 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Second and 11 at the 19-yard line.
To throw is Smith. That is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
14 yards.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a first and goal.
Ginty is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. From the gun, here's Smith. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That play there was certainly a scouting report special because Cover was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense, and they were there to help force the incompletion.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Now Smith. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it fourth down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one. On
fourth down, Smith. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers from 4 yards out. And the Raiders take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's Marks to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's the second down and 6. Play action. Stroud now. He's got it to Collins, complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
16 yards.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
44-yard line.
Stroud going to give to Marks. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Stroud to throw it. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Back deep for the Raiders is Trey Tucker. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
On first down, it's Genty. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football.
It's a gain of
and I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Raiders.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Gino going to hand it to Genty. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now a man who tore up the Packers in the NFC title game a few years back. It's Raheem Mostert. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Back to throw, Smith. Going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Daniil Hunter. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense taking over again. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Looking to put a drive together. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
So as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Over the middle, complete. That's Higgins. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Stroud keeps it. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you'd think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
At the 33-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw off play action. This one left side caught by Collins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. The guy has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They run straight ahead with Morris. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Texans first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Marks now on 1st and 10. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That's a gain of 8.
Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Here's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Jaime Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Jaime Fairbairn.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
And the Las Vegas first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner. And he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well into the National Football League.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's second and 10. Geno now to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's third and long. They'll drop to throw. That's caught by Tucker. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up fourth down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on third down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. They'll begin on the ground with Marks. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
58 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
On the handoff, Marks. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 44-yard line. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third.
At the 44-yard line.
Things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in the zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 20, here's a 2nd and 4. Now Stroud. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Checks this down to Marks out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
That is caught left side by Bryant. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And now it's 3rd and 3. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Here goes Stroud again.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
After the interception, here's Smith. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Smith now to throw. Under pressure, they get him again. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Geno.
Here's Tucker, complete on the right side.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts.
A gain of 15
as they'll head to the
yards.
sideline and
Brings
talk
up
over what to
fourth
do
down.
next. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense had C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's 2nd and 10. Stroud. He'll complete this one to Collins.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Here's Stroud. That is caught.
Touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins,
61 yards.
and the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Second down and a yard.
Smith. They'll get this out to Genty. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Gino. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bowers. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
To throw is Smith.
Now throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive. But a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Daniil Hunter. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. There's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25-yard line.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Stroud.
That's complete. It's Collins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And the Texans, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
He's got his man on the crossing route. This is Higgins.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
That's another Texans.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On the tackle there, Lonnie Johnson.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Up the middle, it's Marks.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Woody Marks with his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The drive will begin with a run by JT.
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Now it's Smith.
Pass to the Notre Dame man, Michael Mayer.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Here's Smith. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Daniil Hunter. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Flag comes in. This might be a free play.
Pass complete right side to Bowers.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. so offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
A give out of the gun to Genty.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Now Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett.
Smith's pass.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Smith.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A run out of the gun with Genty.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
He was brought down at the
A gain of 3, second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's 2nd and 7.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he's never able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Will Anderson
Able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. The kick by Carlson is good, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. And you've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move.
111 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere.
Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
And Stroud now to throw.
And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. Malcolm Kuntz in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
The Raiders offense ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
That's good for a Las Vegas 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Calling a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Smith.
Completes this one to Thornton.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun, here's Smith.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 21 yards there on third down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
A gain of 2.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll go again with Genty. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 33.
85 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Throwing is Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That tackle behind the line made by Will Anderson. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
It's caught. Lockett.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep and curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Gino. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
It's a gain of a yard.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
The kick by Carlson is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
Raiders 13.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
They'll fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw off play action. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
The offense on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Results in a 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
Yeah, he was looking for the check out of bounds, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Back to throw, Smith.
Pass right side, caught by Thornton.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That's complete yet again to Thornton.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith.
That is caught. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On the play. And the Raider first down. 1st and 10 at the 37.
What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
Throwing again is Smith.
He finds Mayer here.
And they'll get this right past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
A gain of 22.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though
and he is he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ashton Jeanty taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes the score Texans 31.
So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Daniel Carlson.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Texans offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs.
A huge play there for Houston. 51 yards.
51 yards, the gain on the play. And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. On the give, here's Marks. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the 1st down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the 1st down because in college football, the clock stops with every 1st down. It actually aids the defense in that situation.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From out of the gun, here's Marks. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Woody Marks taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Texans have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams? In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
38. Raiders 20.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run.
Fairbairn.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a fast footwork by White.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just at personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
A gain of 18.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or...
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Will Anderson. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Smith now to throw. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Geno. And that's incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
A handoff, it's Marks. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Brings up 2nd.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll keep it on the ground. Marks. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
brings up
Well, that's not a run that's going to make
6.
any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Texans on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Stroud. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
12 yards. And the Texans, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Hey, stay with him.
Play action. Here's Stroud. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! From 3 yards out. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Texans
5 plays there on that drive.
Raiders 20.
And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Now it's Smith.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's a 2nd and 5. On the zone read, give to Genty.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
They'll go for it. O'Connell.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. And here comes the Texans now. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Stroud going to give to Marks. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. Now Stroud. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. He connected on his first, this from 41.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw.
Pass complete right side to Bowers.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Geno now to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, that's the 4th time that they've tried to go for it on 4th down. They've only converted once, Charles.
And obviously not a good percentage. And if you're going to go for it on 4th down, you think that you've got the right play dialed up. You can't be stopped. Your momentum's going to keep going. But 1 for 4, that tells you that you need to look at things in a different way, and you need to tip your cap to the defense. They've done a great job.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Marks.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd and 5. Motion man left is Kirk. And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
Down right around the 25.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Up the middle they go. Marks showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag, that'll push him back 5.
Still 2nd down.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle, it's complete. They'll go as a gain of 4. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Marks. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And on for the field goal, a 27-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.